Hello again, and welcome to the latest bulletin from Haverhill UK News, brought to you by Haverhill TV. In the news for today, Friday, July the 13th, have the gates closed on pedestrianisation of High Street in favour of a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit? A woman has been sentenced to life imprisonment for the murder of a Haverhill man, and over 100 vintage vehicles will be arriving in Haverhill on Sunday for a spectacular display. Haverhill High Street is to become a 20-mile-an-hour zone with humps and traffic calming works, which it is hoped will keep vehicles down to half that speed. Between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m, all vehicles will be banned, except for those disabled blue badge holders and vans and lorries loading or unloading. The go-ahead for the latest plans were given by St Edmundsbury Borough Council's Haverhill Area Working Party yesterday, replacing earlier proposals for complete pedestrianisation and closure from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. But members couldn't bring themselves to let go altogether of the 50-year-old aspiration to pedestrianise the street at some time in the future. So they adapted the wording of these latest proposals from Suffolk County Council's highways engineers to add that pedestrianisation should be kept on the Working Party's agenda. Nevertheless, they had to accept the level of objections to full pedestrianisation meant it was not achievable at the moment. The Working Party refused to receive a survey conducted by Haverhill Town Council showing a large majority of Haverhill people wanted pedestrianisation now. Chairman, Councillor Karen Richardson, said it should instead be directed to Suffolk County Council. A woman has today been sentenced to life imprisonment after being found guilty of murdering the husband of a woman she used to care for. Bunthawi Rimmer, aged 49, of Castle Lane, had denied the murder of 77-year-old Paul Norfolk in his bed at the home they shared in December 2011. The day before New Year's Eve, Mr. Norfolk's brother had called police as he was unable to contact him. Officers forced entry to the house and found the former IFF worker dead in the bed with Rimmer beside him. He had suffered fatal head injuries. Rimmer had been acting as a carer for the Norfolks, but in March 2011, Mrs. Norfolk was admitted to a care home and Rimmer remained in the Castle Lane house with Mr. Norfolk, who then changed his will to leave the property and other assets to her. After the case, Mr. Norfolk's family said in a statement, "He was a very generous, kind and sympathetic man." They said they were completely devastated by the wickedly cruel way in which he was taken from them. It was a blow, they said, from which they would never recover. Only 5 Haverhill Town Centre businesses took advantage of free advice sessions from experts as part of Destination Haverhill, a project from Kent Business School aimed at revitalising the town's retail offer. Haverhill Area Working Party heard the 5, Strowger's Jewellers, The Gallery, C&B Beautiful, Chapman's and Amanda Julia Couture, had all benefited greatly, with Strowger's already recording a 20% increase in footfall. Project leader Debbie Kemp said those who did not take part were split half and half between those who were satisfied with what they did and did not want outside interference, and those who signed up but then backed out because they were daunted by the prospect. She hopes during the next phase of the project, those who have benefited will persuade some of the others to change their attitude. And finally, Sunday sees a parade of over 100 vintage vehicles arrive in town for the annual Haverhill Historic Transport Rally and Road Run. For most of the day, they will be in the Arts Centre car park, but many of them will take part in a drive around local villages from 11:30 a.m. The Eastern National Preservation Society will be running free bus rides on the vintage vehicles around the town every 30 minutes from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m, leaving from the rear of the Arts Centre. The Arts Centre car park will be closed for the event and visitors will need to park in other town centre car parks. And I can tell you, if it's anything like past years, it's well worth a look because they have some wonderful old vehicles there. That's it for today, but join us again on Tuesday. And meanwhile, keep up to date by going to www.haverhilluk.co.uk or follow us on Twitter.